What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and CreateSpace. A link will be in the description box below, as usual. Yes, this video is entitled You Have to Make Yourself Happy. Tell 'em, Willie. Now, a lot of times, people don't realize that life is too short to be miserable. But also, your happiness is your responsibility. You know, and sometimes we're too cool to be happy. And what I mean by that is, if you don't like something about your life, it's your responsibility to fix it. If you don't like something about your looks, it's your responsibility to fix it. If you don't like your energy, it's your responsibility to fix it. And sometimes, hold up, I gotta do this. What words can I say to make you stay? Okay, you gotta be happy with yourself, right? It's not everybody else's responsibility. If you don't like your relationships with people, it's your responsibility to either end them or change them or get new ones, you know? And I think all of these coping mechanisms are just coping mechanisms because we're not putting the onus on ourselves for our own happiness, for our own self-actualization. You know, and that's a problem. Because a lot of what's going on in culture and society is we're interacting with the world with a chip on our shoulder and entitlements because we think somebody owes us our own happiness. Something happened to you in your life and it's some stranger or someone out in the world that you will come across, you're going to dump the responsibility of your happiness onto them. And if they don't fix your happiness, then you're going to resent them. You're going to hate them. And they're going to see the worst of you. And unfortunately, some of us don't realize that these people have never seen the best in you because all you have been is unhappy. And some people don't want to admit that, you know, quote unquote victim culture, but not necessarily the culture of coddling. You know, you have people who don't have a high self-esteem, but they won't put in the work to step outside of the box to do things to gain confidence. And then you want somebody to hold you by the hand and drag you and to higher self-esteem. And that's a problem because it's not other people's responsibility to make you feel good about yourself. And barring, you know, some things have happened to people and they need counseling and they need help. I get that. But there is a certain part of being an adult and making a choice where you have to take accountability for your own life. And a lot of us don't want to do that. And it's a shame, to be perfectly honest. It's a shame to me when I see it because we keep looking at materialism to make us happy. If I just get this, my life will be perfect. But if you work and get that, your life is still not perfect. You need something else. And a lot of time that emptiness And that unhappiness stems from you assimilated to the point where you're not free. You're not able to genuinely and sincerely live. And I can understand, because life is a journey, and we all have things that happen to us and scarred us and broke us down and beat us up. And some of us quit. But just because you decided you wanted to pack it in doesn't mean the people around you have to pick you up, dust you off, and entertain you until you find that spark to live again. Some people are waiting on a person to come into their life and I'll find love and then I'm gonna live again. Well, maybe the love you need to find is within yourself. You're looking for something to happen in your life to give you purpose. Maybe your purpose is something you already have within you. It's just you're too lazy to put in the work because you want your purpose to be microwavable and fast food like, and it just produces like that. And remember, fast food produces garbage. Microwaves produce garbage. Nothing, that's really good for you. That's why I say you can't, you are in charge of your own happiness. A lot of people live in life and they have a hard time smiling. Somebody enjoying their life disgusts them. Like, oh, this happy mother. It's like, well, you're mad at them because they're happy. You hate them because they're happy. And you don't see a problem. And you see the problem with them because you hate them because they're happy. You don't see the problem as you. Sometimes we let our choices make us unhappy. But they were your choices. Sometimes you're just going to have to live with regrets. What ifs. But it's a difference between you doing something and it didn't work out the way you planned, and then you not doing something and wondering, what if I would have did this? How much differently will my life be? Now I'm unhappy because I'm living in the past. If your past is unhappy, you're not going to find happiness looking back at it. And sometimes that's a problem because some people are so accustomed to losing that they sabotage their winning. Or sometimes it's worse, they get around people and sabotage other people's winning because they want them to, they don't want to be the only loser in their circle. And that's pathetic. Because happiness is free. It may be hard for some people to accept or gain, but it's still free. Your peace of mind is free. People that, I got bills, so I can't rest. I get it. I'm broke, man. It's Christmas time and I'm broke. He said, life is stressful, right? But, I remember days when I didn't have enough to have anything. But I found a way to be happy. When I didn't have friends, I was my own best friend. when I didn't have um, confidence, I worked for it, you know. And I think a lot of us don't really get that. Like, we don't really understand that there comes a point where this world was here before you got here. The choices you make in this world at a certain point are your own to make. And, you know, I give you the life and death. You choose. Once you choose life, don't half-ass choose it. You know, just, I'm not saying be reckless, be stupid. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is live a full life and be fulfilled. A lot of people are too cool to live. Too cool to live. Like, they can't, you know, step outside of the bland, assimilated groups. And everybody has an assimilated group. I don't care if you're just straight-laced, you know, mainstream society, or you're outlaw. You're going to be assimilated to that culture, and guess what? It's going to box you in either way. So the true happiness you can find is when you can be completely who you are, no matter which culture you live and thrive in, you know. And some of us have a problem with that, but it's your responsibility for your own happiness. You know, your kids are not going to make you bring your happiness. Your spouse, your wife, your husband is not responsible for your happiness. Your parents aren't responsible for your happiness. You know, material goods aren't responsible for your happiness. It's an internal thing. You have to do that. And once you get to a point where you actually do that, you gotta protect it. You know, you gotta conserve it. You gotta give some of it out, you know, because sometimes people, you know, it's good to give out good energy, but you gotta keep some of your happiness for yourself. You know, you gotta keep your peace of mind for yourself. Some of us want to be martyrs and sacrifice our happiness for other people. You can't sacrifice your happiness for other people who don't want to be happy for themselves. You're just wasting it. You know, so, you know, that's just my 2 cents on that. We out.